What is up, world? Welcome back to another episode of Clark Crew Reviews. It's your boy Donovan. Good morning. Trying something a little different and unconventional today with this post, with this video. I have an appointment that's a little ways away, so I am driving there, obviously, and I don't know about some of you, but sometimes I use long car rides to unwind, recalibrate, and have a conversation with myself, recenter, if you would. Now, don't worry, I'm not staring at the camera the entire time. I am a experienced driver. I almost said somewhat experienced, but I'm an experienced driver, so I can talk, look, and look around. But anyway, I wanted to talk about The Flash again, but I wanted to include some spoilers because me and Junior talked about it before, and we tried not to spoil anything for anybody, but it's Tuesday.
2 days later.
Y'all niggas have had, 4 or 5 days to see the movie and digest it. I'm sure you've watched other videos and news. But without further ado, let's get into it. Look, State Highway Patrol out trying to get me right now. Everybody braking in front of me. See? But anyways, I liked the Flash movie. I really did like it. I gave it a B+. I thought it was a very enjoyable and entertaining movie. Did it have its flaws? Yes, it had its flaws. Every movie has flaws, and there's a lot of news articles out there talking about how it's a box office flop because it opened up to $55 million. It's projected to earn less than Black Adam and blah, blah, blah. Which is unfortunate because even though Black Adam's script and dialogue was generic, I thought Black Adam was a very enjoyable, entertaining movie. You don't have to be great to enjoy it and entertain it. The Flash isn't one of the greatest superhero movies of all time, like people were saying, but it was very enjoyable and entertaining. It's better than Black Adam. But, like I said, it does have its problems. So, starting off, you got the opening action sequence where Barry's getting a sandwich and all the other superheroes are busy and Bruce Wayne's calling him and he takes off. Now, what I liked about that is when Ben Affleck's Batman was like, Barry, I need you now. That reminded me of the old animated Justice League cartoon where Batman was just bossing everybody around and he was a complete jerk. Just that line reminded me of it. Barry's first run was spectacular. And like I said in my spoiler-free video, it reminds me of why, if I had to pick, I would pick super speed over super strength. I just think super speed's kind of sexy. You can do whatever the hell you want to do pretty much. But the action sequence was good. You know, and I thought it was creative. It starts off though, and you notice right away that CGI ain't probably what audience are used to. And it cracks me up because, like, where we're at now, we take advantage of great CGI. We just feel like it's always supposed to look hyper realistic all the time. And not everybody's budget is the same. I know The Flash had a high budget. I don't know why they didn't make some of that CGI that wasn't crispy, extra crispy, because at some points it was fantastic, but other points it was like, whoa, I noticed that. Unlike some people, it didn't take me out the scene, but I noticed it, so it distracted me. That's a better word to use for it, you know? I just don't know why. Like, the baby's falling. Some of them look generic. The dog, people making comments about him putting the baby in the microwave. I don't even think I paid attention to the microwave dinging and going off when he landed. I'm like, oh, he put the baby in the microwave. Like, I don't think he did. And they got wireless microwaves now? I just think it was supposed to be funny. Then he makes the comment about Justice League doesn't provide any mental health benefits when in reality Ezra Miller's did some stuff and people think he's crazy. What else I want to talk about? He goes to see his dad. He starts reminiscing. Then he goes to his childhood home. He reflects. I wonder what the casting decision was for to give his mom an accent. Is there something I'm missing, like with her ethnicity in the comic books? I never knew. I mean, I don't care. Just I didn't know what is Barry's. Barry's part Spanish. Is that woman's ethnicity? Anyway, that doesn't matter. But then he starts reminiscing and he gets pissed off and he takes off running, which he does, I believe, in the Flashpoint comics too, and he does in the Flashpoint movie. Then he discovers that he can run back in time. My thing is this, right? There's a new article to where one of the writers or producers or whoever said the chronosphere or Chronos ball that Barry is running in is not a timeline. He's running through his memories. So how does that make sense? That makes no sense to me, because the Flash runs, or is it supposed to be a visualization of his memories? I don't know how that makes sense, because the Flash is so fast he can run back in time and he can exit at different points. How is running through your memories take you back to a place in time? Is my nigga Professor X now? Is he an Omega level mutant with psychic abilities and he can alter people's brain waves and thought process? Is Barry not in the same reality now? That made no sense to me at all. They just made the shit worse when they said that. The introduction of Michael Keaton's Batman was goofy. I don't know why they had to have Bruce Wayne, a shut-in, a scraggly old man, because Gotham's one of the safest places now. He did his job and Alfred's going, why they have to make him like that? Why can't he still be dapper and he never liked people anyway? And it was kind of silly. His explanation of time travel with spaghetti was nice. It made it more simple too. People overcomplicate time travel because it's theoretical, so everybody thinks different things. But his introduction was silly. They had to convince him to help, and the Supergirl breakout scene, when it broke her out, it was okay. It wasn't bad. You got to see some badassery from Michael Keaton's Batman. His technology's a little outdated, but his fight scene was dope. It's not better than the warehouse fight scene in Batman vs. Superman, but it's a good-ass fight scene. He had a specific scene which I wish was in Zack Snyder's Justice League, because you remember when Batman was in the tunnel with Wonder Woman, he was fighting a parademons. I would have loved to see Batman take a couple parademons out with a few batarangs. Like, I would have loved to see that. Michael Keaton did that with some of those guards, and I about fell out my seat. Thought it was so sweet. But he whooping ass. I guess that, and it was a stupid part where he knocked the shovel over. Why didn't you just grab the damn shovel? But anyway, I guess that breakout scene was supposed to be more brutal. I guess Sasha Calle, the woman that plays Supergirl, said that it was damn near Homelander style the way she was crushing people, but they didn't want it to be. They wanted it to still be like a PG-13 movie, so they didn't put that in there. Hey, put it in the Blu-ray or the Muschietti cut if they released that. Almost forgot that as a delight as it was to see Ben Affleck's Batman, cameo from Wonder Woman, the Flash literally flexing his muscle, stretching his legs, showing his new powers and how he's learned and grown. The introduction of Supergirl was lukewarm at best for me. They rescued her. She got the sunlight. You seen her start to gain some muscle mass, but I get it, for the sake of the movie and the plot, she learned how to control her powers awfully quick. Like really quick, like in 2 scenes damn near. I think her suit was fire. I almost said nasty, but I didn't want nobody to take it the wrong way. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I truly, truly, truly do not understand the hype around that portrayal of Supergirl. Like everybody said, listen, she's a good-looking lady. Like I said, the suit was fire. I get it. Supergirl's a little bit more, what's the word I want to use? She's a little bit more short-tempered than Superman is because, you know, she left Krypton and was stuck in space and then appeared on Earth and just had to adjust to life and come to the fact that everything she knows is gone. And this Supergirl, she was captured by humans and kept under red sunlight, so she don't really like humanity, which I get that. And she was brooding like she'd have gave Batman a run for his money as much as she was brooding throughout her portion of the movie. But she's really not in the movie a whole lot. And when she is in the movie, it's not that impactful. At least to me, it's not. So the girl's performance and the portrayal of Supergirl, for me, left a lot to be desired. So if they recast her, then they recast her. I don't care. It's a different timeline. Somebody's spaghetti strings was crossed, and she gonna come out looking like a different character whenever they do that Supergirl movie. I'm telling you, because I didn't really vibe with it, and I don't understand why everybody was so hyped and said they loved it. She really wasn't in there a whole lot and didn't do shit. Her fight scene, she had like one little snippet of a fight scene against Zod that was okay, but besides that, she was angry the whole time, and she was running away and coming back, and then she kept dying throughout every iteration when the Flashes were in the Chronosphere. So, I don't know. Recast her doesn't make a difference to me because she left no impression. Opening sequence of the movie, like, I didn't mind the little joke with the lasso of truth when the Batman and Flash were touching. I didn't mind that. It was cute humor. But I guess there was like different opening scenes where had more Wonder Woman in there and it had Superman in there. So more Justice League members. But the fight with Zod, when they get with Zod, you know, it was unexpected because you don't need a man though. You don't need a Superman though, because Zod, no matter what memory or part of time they went to, Zod was killing everybody. So like he took over Earth. You know who didn't let that happen? The Man of Steel, Big Blue, the Boy Scout himself, Superman. He didn't let that happen. But Zod was kind of a throwaway character anyway. Like, I'm not sure why they brought Zod back. It was very much a throwaway character. I don't know. But I mean, it was nice. I like when they use other movies and they can like drop them in there, like the opening for Batman vs Superman, where they show Bruce Wayne's point of view. That was one of the best opening scenes I've seen that I can remember. But they try to do it with Flash a little bit too. It worked for the most part for me. But I'd expect him. I don't think we've ever seen a Batman die on screen either. Because Keaton's Batman died. He fought though. He dropped the big Kryptonian dude. It was pretty cool how he was climbing on it. But he ended up, hey man, my man can only do so much. Ben Affleck would have figured it out though. Anyway, Batfleck. The young Barry is annoying, super annoying. He kept laughing like, oh, like, there's an episode of SpongeBob where there's a fish that keeps laughing like that, talking to SpongeBob. All right, dude. He kept doing that. Or like the damn turtle on Finding Nemo. He kept laughing like that. He was super obnoxious. I'm guessing he was supposed to be like that. That's why experience trumps youth. Every time. But he ended up losing his damn mind and messing everything up. I guess the ending was supposed to be a lot different too. I guess they shot like 3 different endings of the movie. Because you see in the trailer, Supergirl's at the courthouse at the end. I guess there was an ending where other Justice League members like Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot are supposed to be in like the street clothes to say congratulations to him. And then they went with the one they had with George Clooney. So is George Clooney James Gunn's Batman going forward? I don't know. That would be very, very silly to me. It was pretty It was pretty crafty though, how Barry looked up at the camera. I thought he was just gonna adjust the angle or something at first. But he moved the tomatoes, to the top shelf so his dad would look up. That was a crafty move. But I guess that little change altered the timeline, so Ben Affleck's gone and George Clooney's back. Whatever. That's one of them spaghetti lines intersecting and overlapping, you know? The post-credit scene there's not a mid-credit scene, there's a post-credit scene, and it's a waste. Like, you don't have to stay for it, it's just dumb. I don't even know why they shot that. I will say that this movie would have been better if they would have done or shot, filmed, wrote a true Flashpoint film. Because imagine in the trailers you see Wonder Woman and Aquaman, Atlanteans and the Amazons going to war. You see a scraggly Henry Cavill. You know, you see Flashpoint Batman is everybody loves Flashpoint Batman. But they used Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I guess they thought about it, but they didn't want to do it because they ended up getting Michael Keaton, and they said, hey, forget it, we're going to go this route. They wasted Michael Keaton's Batman. I guess he was supposed to be at the end of one of the... He shot an ending for The Flash too, because he was supposed to take over, I guess, as a Nick Fury-style character, but as Batman. And then you have Flash running back and forth, fighting Reverse Flash. They wasted Dark or Black Flash because he's the embodiment of death for the Speed Force. And I'm sure there's iterations where he's also a version of Barry. I'm not a comic book historian, but Black Flash is nasty. He's the embodiment of death with the Speed Force, and he gets faster. They can't outrun him, except Wally West did when he ran to the actual end of time. I just learned that. But they wasted Black Flash. That was terrible. I guess the director said Zoom is the one that killed his mom, so I guess they were going to go that route. But it would have just been better if they would have used more of the Justice League. They'd have had Henry Cavill in it. They'd have had Flashpoint Batman in it with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and then the Flash. Imagine how great that would have been in live action where he brings a note back from Flashpoint Batman and gives it to Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. How great would that have been? That would have been cinema gold. Damn. They should have just adapted the comic, made a few changes. That's what they should have did. And if they're gonna do a soft reboot, just reboot it. You ain't gotta set the movie up, the final movie up, to try to reboot your universe, but then you're gonna half-ass the movie. Come on, man. They should have just did your soft reboot, just film the movie how it was. Like, why does it matter? You can explain it a different way. I almost forgot to talk about the damn cameos in there. So there was hella cameos. Really? To be honest with y'all, a lot of them were throwaway cameos. You know what I mean? Like, Wonder Woman was in it for 10 seconds. It was a throwaway cameo for what am I thinking about? For comedic purposes. Superman was on the news, on a TV. Aquaman had a post-credit scene. Not post-credit, that was a waste of time. But then when Barry or the Flash was in the chronosphere and they started looking at the different universes or timelines collapsing in on each other, you seen and then people are mad about this too, that they use CGI actors that have passed away. So you see Christopher Reeves and the woman that played Supergirl back in the day make an appearance. You actually get to like an Elseworlds an Elseworlds story, more or less, about, because there was like news that Nicolas Cage was supposed to play Superman back in the day, and he was part of the story. He's going to fight a giant spider. So you see a CG version of Nicolas Cage as Superman fighting a giant spider. You get to see some Flash, look like a Jay Garrick, like an overview of him running. You see some of Adam West's universe. Am I missing anybody? I think that's it. I don't think I missed anybody. But you know what's terrible, what's a travesty, is that this man played the Flash for like, 9-10 years on TV, and Grant Gustin Couldn't get a damn cameo. They should have gave Grant Gustin a damn cameo, even if it was for 2 seconds. He should have showed up. Ezra Miller showed up on his show. You talk about the multiverse and shit. In Flashpoint, Ezra Miller, damn it, should have got a cameo on there. I don't know why. That might be the biggest travesty of the movie. But I don't think I'm missing anything. I mean, there was a lot, but it was like throwaway shit. Hey, listen, this movie is an amalgam of old studio heads that were hired after, and the director trying to figure shit out. And then the new regime come in and it's changed more shit. So it's 3 different supervisors and a manager that's trying to put all the supervisors' ideas together that don't know shit, ain't got nothing to do with shit, and then put in on this shit, and he's trying to figure it out. They damn near did to Andy Muschietti, the director of the movie, what they did to David Ayer and his Suicide Squad, man. Just stay out of it. Let them get their vision. Fix it after. I don't know. But I just, people probably wanted to see Henry Cavill. The trailers were great, but I guess they didn't have a good, press tour, because Ezra Miller's lost his mind. People probably hate Ezra Miller now. People probably don't trust DC movies. But listen, if you watch this review and you get to this point, The Flash is worth seeing. I will say that Aquaman started off with an opening weekend of $54 million, 53 or something like that. Low to mid 50s, and it went on to make $1 billion. So maybe, and it doesn't have a terrible score on Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't have a terrible audience score neither. Terrible score from the critics or audience. But The Flash is worth seeing. Spend your money, go see it. It's a good movie to make your own judgment about it. The CGI is probably gonna bother some of y'all, but it's okay. It's not the entire movie. It's just, unfortunately, certain points that are like that. But go see The Flash. It'd be unfortunate if it failed for the whole genre of comic book movies. I ain't making no money by telling y'all this. I'm just telling y'all as a movie fan, a comic book fan, comic book movie fan. It's worth seeing. Okay? It's worth seeing. If it was terrible, I'll tell you it was terrible. But thanks for spending a few minutes with me on my morning commute. Y'all let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about The Flash, what you thought about my spoiler review of The Flash. Till next time, y'all take it easy. Game recognized game. Peace.